President Trump is back at the White House this afternoon after making a stop on Capitol Hill today. He left 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in an effort to rally all Republicans behind his budget bill. While some moderates and Democrats have sounded the alarm over cuts and changes to Medicaid and food stamps, several far-right members of the House and Senate have voiced concerns that some of the proposed cuts don't go far enough. The president says he's confident holdout Republicans will line up behind the bill.
I think we're in good shape. I don't know, I can't tell you that, but this was a meeting of love. There's great unity in that room, and it's the biggest tax cut in American history. And if it doesn't pass, everybody's going to get a 68% tax increase. I don't know how you beat that.
Joining us now is CBS News Chief White House correspondent Nancy Cortez. So Nancy, clearly the president not only trying to get support there from lawmakers, but clearly making his own pitch to the American people. Why did he make this in-person trip to Capitol Hill, and how involved has he been up until this point?
Because he has to strike while the iron is hot, Lindsay. This bill has now passed out of committee, which means that it is time for the House Republicans to try to get it passed there so they can get it to the Senate. And the more time that goes on, typically with these things, the more that that opposition can build up and harden. So the president went to the Capitol to speak in particular to groups of holdouts. And the challenge for him is that the holdouts are all across the political spectrum when it comes to Republicans, at least. All the Democrats are holdouts. But there are Republicans, for example, from blue states where they are pushing for a higher deduction to the state and local income tax than the one that exists right now. And President Trump said to them, look, basically give up. Don't keep fighting for this. We've got to, you got to take what you can get and move along. You got to get behind this bill. And then there are some conservative Republicans who think that the bill doesn't cut enough for Medicaid. There are a lot of Republicans who worry that any cuts to Medicaid are going to anger the American people. And so, as you can imagine, he's trying to put out several different fires all at once with different messages and hoping that his in-person presence brings with it enough juice to sort of force some of these Republicans to change their position.
I mean, it's interesting because some of those lawmakers that he's trying to say give up to, they're not in Republican areas. I'm thinking New York Representative Mike Lawler, who represents Hudson Valley, which is kind of a swing district. Nancy, President Trump has advanced his agenda through executive orders and actions since taking office. We've been covering that. What would the passage of this mean, though, for his legislative goals?
I mean, it would be major because there are some things there are a lot of things you just can't do with executive actions, and extending tax cuts is one of them. If this bill does not pass, then the 2017 Trump tax cuts will be phased out. And that's why he's trying to do this. He's trying to do it with only Republican support because Democrats have a much different vision when it comes to taxes. But what that means is that, A, he can't afford to lose any Republican votes, and B, this bill needs to raise revenue. You need to find ways to offset these, the fact that we're going to be spending so much more with these tax cuts. And so that's where the Medicaid cuts come in to raise money. And that's where he's running into some resistance from Republicans.
Okay, Nancy Cortez, thank you.